nothing's wrong with me.
I have a question. What is considered cheating? Because, as I understand it, right, if I'm on my first drink and talking to a pretty girl, hoping that something will happen, not hoping, but, like, just flirting with them or doing something like that, I consider that cheating because it's a conscious choice, right? What if I'm intoxicated and somebody starts talking to me and I start talking to them, and I'm not flirting or anything like that, but they turn it into, I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, as long as I don't make the conscious choice.
I think it's like, did you put yourself in a situation?
Did you put yourself in, okay.
Could it have been different? Like,
if somebody kisses me, is that cheating? Yeah. If I don't choose to happen.
Not necessarily, but what did you do that made them think that was okay?
Yeah. You're right. You're right. It's all about, that is truly a very circumstantial. Like,
what would be cheating for you?
I think if somebody advanced you and you didn't stop them to a point of kissing.
And I didn't what?
And you didn't stop them to the point of kissing.
What do you mean?
Well, if you were talking with somebody and it was a flirty thing, and you said, "Oh, what am I doing?" and I know you never do that, and you said, "Oh, what am I doing?" and you just snapped out of it and, left. I wouldn't consider that cheating because it all boils down to your intentions. You never intended to do that, but what if you're icing me out, or I'm icing you out for a couple weeks or whatever, and it's just nice to have some affection, and you listen to somebody.
No.
No? I mean, no, I'm just saying. That wouldn't happen with you. I know that wouldn't happen with you. The only reason you flirt with somebody is to get something.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that single. When I would date, I would prefer coffee dates because I don't like people paying for my meal if I don't have any interest in them.
Fair enough.
I've never understood how women could do that. Now, granted, I expect.
Well, no, I get it. I get it on a dinner date. If a woman says, "Oh, I really like this guy over text," and then when the dinner comes, you end up not really liking them or whatever. But you just want to get out of the situation.
I can generally tell them the first 5 minutes. But letting someone flirt with you, is that cheating?
It depends what that's. All right. The situation always arises. We are late for our flight, or whatever, and there's a lady there, and I compliment her or do anything to get something. That, to me, is not. Because you don't have any motivation behind getting what you want.
I think
not, intimacy or gratification or anything like that.
I would be more concerned about a colleague.
Okay. If I did that to a colleague, I wouldn't do that to a colleague. I would do that to.
But I'm saying putting yourself in situations where you're alone with this person, or maybe you're at a party and everyone else leaves, you stay alone with that person. That's probably not cool.
Fair enough.
Especially if it's one I don't know.
Fair enough.
But even then, you can't trust the people that you do know either.
Luckily, I work in tech, and there's very little women.
Right, but of the women that there are, is that like, oh, someone I can relate to at this level?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I do. I mean,
But that's like a weakness that I have. I don't understand a lot of it, and I try.
yeah.
So, like, I understand the concept of it's nice to feel desire in general. So like if someone was flirting with me, you know, I would probably be okay with it, until, I don't know, I mean,
Say, like, you want to go somewhere else. You want to, like, do something else. Like,
I think when you hide it from your partner is a big one. Like, so, you know, I try and mention, like, William texted me recently. And he was like, oh, Tyler's going to Belgium, you know, he's going to go to shape, blah, blah, whatever. And, like, do you care that I talk to him?
Tyler?
William.
I can't say that it's the thing I would want you to do, but I also don't want to stop you from friendships or whatever. Now, if he says something that pisses me off, I would expect that you would just not talk to him for a few months.
I already don't talk to him very often. He always texts me encouraging.
I would appreciate if you don't start the conversation. And I also think that your tests, I don't know what that test was in the first relationship where you said, he wants to see me in Vegas or whatever. I don't appreciate being tested like that.
It wasn't a test, I was just curious what you'd say.
That is a test.
Yes.
But, I mean, don't you see it that way?
No.
That to me is a test.
A test says...
You made something up.
I didn't make it up.
No, a test is you made something up, I think. Right? You made something up with the intention of seeing my response.
But I didn't make it up.
You didn't make it up. But the intention was, like, right, it's all about intent, right? The law, relationships,
I think the test is for my response will change based on what you say. Or, like, what I think about you or how I feel, like, you know, it's I don't know. Like, even if I never talk to Willard again, I will always consider him my family.
Hey, Miss Something. I didn't want to bring this up because I didn't want to do any attention. I got a massage because my back was hurting. The woman offered to give me a hand job. I said no. I left.
When was that?
This was a few weeks ago. I thought not mentioning it would just create less problems, but I didn't put myself in that circumstance expecting that to happen. And it happened, and I said no. I didn't let anything happen, and I want to be honest with you.
Appreciate that.
And I don't want to carry that any longer than it has to. Only reason I didn't tell you now is I just didn't want to deal with a whole conversation like that. I didn't know how you'd react.
I mean, you didn't do anything. But I would like to know that kind of thing. like, for now.
I know. I'm sorry
It's fine.
that I kept it from you.
Did you feel like you couldn't tell me?
Yeah. I justified it by saying, like, well, nothing happened, so there's no reason to tell. So, but I realize now that it's more important for me to tell you. Because then if there's any problems, you can voice them to me. It just...
I'm surprised that you got a massage and didn't tell me you're getting a massage.
Yeah. I just wanted to go somewhere that was, like, open after work. It was, like, 7:30 after dinner. I'm, like, freaking my neck. I think this is, like, one of the days where...
And you wouldn't want me to get a massage?
Well, I wanted a professional massage. I wanted something that, like, actually, like, worked. And I found one, like, really close by, and it was open till 10. That should have been a red flag, you know. But, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not upset with you for that.
Yeah.
If the same had happened to me, would you have even told you?
Yeah, because that's not something... Well, it depends. It depends. If a woman did that for you, like you accidentally went to one of those places that offered those services to men, and they did it to you, you know what I'm saying? Like they act like they touched, I don't know what they would do, but they would touch her.
Did she hurt you?
She like, went like this, and then like went back, and towards the end of it, and I was like, I've never gotten a professional massage before, but I didn't know what was like, what they do. I don't know. I tried to keep my underwear on. But she
Tried?
said, yeah, she said no. I was like, okay.
She made you take it off?
Yeah, that should have been my first red flag. But I had already paid her, so, I mean...
So were you... Did she see your penis?
No. No. But, like, once she offered that at the end, I was like, no. So I just said, do you leave? And she left. I put my pants on up.
Yeah, I was going to love that, but I'm not upset with you for that. I would hope that you wouldn't go back there.
No, I'm not going to go back there. I'm going to go to, like, Massage Envy or a chain place. And if it happens to me there, then I'm going to report them. Because that's not allowed. That's not allowed. No.
That you don't want to put this one? Did she make you hard?
No. But I just needed, like, I just told her, I was like, work on my neck and whatever. And yeah. So, I just wanted, like, a fucking release. I don't care if it's a man or a woman. I'm probably going to get a man next time because I need fucking pressure, you know. And I don't want any circumstances that happen to me again. And I doubt that there's fucking men that would offer. Well, you know, maybe in DC, but not around here. I don't think so. I don't consider it assault, but by definition,
I know what you mean.
that's what it is. There's no...
So let me really this. There was one time, I was single, JD and I went to a bar. don't know how I got in this situation, but I was like, sitting at the bar and some like guy came up to me and was talking. He was like flirting with me, wearing a dress, and he like kind of was rubbing my back. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like certain things like that, I don't get as offended by as a lot of people do.